Sunfall still stands.
Also on encampments creep closer to other clans. They should
Ya,
I remember the red raids.
Long Notch is well stocked, as you asked.
And our scouts are watching for more frost claws.
Our numbers rise. 3 more. But our purpose was to take back the mountain. Now what?
Stay prepared. Sharpen your spears. Should we not return, defending the cut falls to you. If our chieftain agrees with this course.
Sounds like good advice, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Chieftain?
The weight of command is no small burden.
I can see that. I take it you haven't spoken to Araya yet?
Why should I? This is what she wanted, to return to Thunder's drum. It is her only care. So I should have known she would find a way to push aside my spear. After the Karja took my sister, not all of her came back.
What happened to Araya when she was a captive of the Karja?
As a shaman, she's adept with machines. Tracking them, stunning them. The Karja used her to capture them for the Sun Ring, where they were unleashed upon the innocent. They made her part of their blood sport. The shame she suffered beneath their pitiless sun.
She survived.
She endured. Endured by reminding herself of the spirit, her purpose. And now that's all she has.
Tao cho nên là phải không xin chào chào. Là điều này phải không xin chào vậy. Get him back, a big back, back again. I don't know if it's enough. That's right, yeah. But it's very much the main night book.
Tell me what happened to the first expedition.
Rhea led the way to the summit, but it was blocked by a great door. Some kind of cauldron, new metal. We tried to break through, but it was unflinching. We were exhausted, no way forward and machines behind. I made the call to push back. It cost us greatly. But to remain would have cost us everything. I had hoped to never subject Araya to that again.
What do you think is beyond that door?
I do not know. That expansive metal, that dead hum. Nothing sacred belongs there. Machines and death, that's what the mountain holds. Death for us or for the daemon.
And if we do find the spirit?
Then perhaps we should put it out of its misery.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're coming with me.
Someone has to keep Araya safe.
I wish you luck on the mountain.
Aloy, this is it. My chance to reunite with the spirit, and perhaps to reunite her with the blue light. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outsider. Someone ignorant of our ways, but no, not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank me, Araya?
Yes, of course. That's what you do. Untangle knots. Create possibilities. Thank you for making this pilgrimage possible. I only wish it had not been necessary to humiliate Aratak. You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right, stubborn as stone, but he's had to be. The war demanded it. And so have I.
ओके अब भी सब ये क्या मतलब बहुत सा बहुत ऐसे कर रहा है तो वो स्पैम कर रहा है ऐसा आएगा ही नहीं। हाँ मैं ऐसा कोई दूसरा नाम पाएगा कि न्यू का गेम फुल राइट अच्छा फिनिश करने का गेम मतलब लगता है कि ये होगा ये हो ही सकता है। ठीक है हो ही सकता है ट्राई करेंगे अपन फिनिश करने के लिए। लेट्स गो जस्ट लेट्स गो ये बातें करने की करते हैं अपन।
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak, I don't suppose I can order you to tell me about Silence?
Aratak would never have presumed to grasp for a secret of the Conclave. But you are not Aratak, and if you have dealt with Silence, your need is well apparent. Silence came to Ban-Ur from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch. A remote Werak that rarely comes south to parley.
Silence was a shaman.
He was. Or at least, when we sent runners to ask the Owl's Watch, they said he was. His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. It didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Conclave, and eventually, an invitation to attend.
What about you? Did you trust him?
No. But he impressed me. He carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but that was not to be. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom, a month's march from Ban-Ur. He met with us there, as is custom at high winter. But when we next returned, the caves had been looted. Relics of the old world stolen. Holes cut in ice and metal.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We sent our best trackers after him. None returned. And when we checked back with the Owl's Watch, those who had vouched for him were gone. As though he never existed. Some in the Conclave began to doubt he was even Banuk to begin with.
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous and dangerous. But also brilliant, skilled, and knowledgeable without equal. Except, perhaps, for you. Anyone else I would warn off, but you may be able to treat with him safely. Just don't lower your guard.
I'll keep that in mind, Haraya. Thanks. What did the war do to Aratak?
It cut away everything, until only his true self remained. Unyielding ice. No Banuk has more sheer will. He fought the Karja for 1,000 freezing nights, yet always rallied his hunters at sunrise. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never complains of one. Instead, he complains that life with me is harder. He's right. What have I ever given him but struggle?
Aratak told me you were a captive of the Karja for a long time. It sounded bad.
For Aratak, it all comes back to that. He thinks the Karja changed me. They did not. They merely sharpened my focus. When all else is lost, you think about what's truly important. The spirit. The blue light. The beyond. And my brother, too. Every time I felt the chill northern wind, I thought of him. Worried for him.
ट्राई का फिनिश करने का 6 लोग क्यों ट्राई करूंगा ठीक है ना।
What are we gonna find up there, Rhea?
Ruins. Machines. And a door, like that of a cauldron. I have faith that you can find a way through it, Aloy. For beyond it lies the spirit. I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt the daemon has tried to hide the way.
It hasn't been easy for you, Aurea. getting back to this point.
It was all to hear her voice again. This time, we both will.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard to turn back.
इसके अंदर कर लेट्स गो गाइस
Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother! Awaits.
It's not all that awaits.
Smoke has been detected within the facility. This is not a drill. Please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit. I repeat, this is not a drill.
So you see,
Please remain calm
I too can
and
call upon the
proceed
power
to
of the old ones.
वैसे नहीं भाई मैं कुछ लोग सीरीज समझ रहे हैं हाँ वही ना
once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from terrible danger.
Fortress. It looks more like a machine.
Is that not fitting? The blue light often dwells in machines.
Let's just hope that some remains here. Here. Up and over.
अरे ऊपर जाने का कहाँ सही है जैसे भी अंदर जाते थे हम लोग
Machines. At least we have the drop on them.
must climb higher, and our path will become clear.
Let's go.
This will do nicely.
We can make our way upwards when you're done.
Let's go. Menu done, मैंने done कर लिया.
This way.
The chieftain's pace is measured.
Not much farther now.
Let's go.
Last we were here, we fought our way through there. But machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior. And I can hold my own. Even so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, at least for a while.
All right, I get the options. Now follow my lead. Pipes, towers, steam, frost. What was all this for?
Bodies of them are killing, shameless for our last attempt.
Their spirits are one.
We will be soon join them. Take whatever's left. Let's survive a bit longer.
भाई साहब गजब ही हो गया है तो.
survived, where our king did not.
Good find.
These towers pulse with heat, like an Oseram forge.
With vibrations underfoot. Are they tapping into something underground?
Let's go guys, क्या ही बूम बम हो गया.
Look out! More machines!
Let's go. पहले अपन इस तरह इधर नहीं आ रहा था. कहीं और से आते थे अपन.
I'd have to ditch something. Is this a projector? Maybe to show holograms without a focus. Let's see if I can restore power. Aratak, Araya, you might see shapes drawn from light. Don't be alarmed.
It'll take more than light to alarm me.
Yo man, let's go. ये मैंने कहा एक बार कुछ अलग ही रास्ता में था इसलिए मैंने बोला आटा का रास्ता लिया.
Thank you for being here, everyone. I suppose it's not every day you get to have cocktails inside an active volcano, right? Unless you're George, and I can hardly blame him for drinking on the job. None of this would be here without our beloved director, Kenny Chow. So, here's to you, Kenny. You put a cork in the Yellowstone caldera. I'd say you deserve a margarita.
Hold your glasses, everyone. I'd like to add something. This effort wouldn't have been possible without our lead programmer. Thank you, Anita, for bringing us our real mastermind, Cyan.
I'll second that, Director Chow. All right, Cyan. What's our latest number?
The current count is 1,654.
Well, then drink up, everyone. Here's to 1,654 more years without an eruption. It was the spirit. The old ones. could only grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Araya. This place was built to stop something terrible. And it worked. As for the spirit, I'm starting to get an idea of what it could be.
The door is open now. We can get through.
I have a score to settle with that mountain.
We'll have to carve through a lot of machines to get to that door.
More than the weapon to prevail against before.
Aloy will see us through.
Onward then. Our challenge awaits.
Voice of the light.
Jadi ये
This battle is won. The next awaits.
ये वाला यूज करने का था क्या guys will be able to like and subscribe the channel.
Hot. Sticking to my armor.
लाल मशीन को क्यों नहीं आ रहा है
Make ready. talk and songs of deeds. But that battle was a verse worth singing.
Now, Aloy, the door.
Kita Aloy busy.
Can you open it?
Let's find
Yes.
out.
I will open it. Yes, loading delay load change. Under Joe hard. This is important, man. Let's go. ओपन हो गया भाई.
Years have passed since I stood here. Since then, the daemon has taken over.
It's like an infection. Attacking all this machinery.
Everything has changed. It's twisted. The path I took to get to the spirits, lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Araya.
Points. Thank you, everyone.
I promise.
Now let's go. We must change the way. Thank you, man.
All right,
Let's be again.
let's go.
Yes, and finish this.
All right, down we go. This way.
अभी स्कील बढ़ा लेते हैं. चलो भाई मैं अंदर जा रहा हूँ. तो बहुत जो बिनते ये सर लास्ट मिशन है कि इसके बाद ओरिया के बाद वापस आने का है. ऐसा ही मिले.
Fire and lightning. This is a place for machines, not people.
I'm with you, brother. We will stay only as long as we have to.
Well, we'll need to get past that bend. Stay here until I find a way for all of us to cross.
Understood, Aloy.
Should be able to clear that with an arrow. Better time this right. There should get me across.
Oh, she's in the air!
Now to shut off that vent. Looks like I need to get across to extend the bridge. That circular device. What does it do? Okay, let's see what this does. That did it. Here they come. Okay, let's get them across.
लास्ट टाइम तो
Come on
बहुत
over,
वो
it's
हार्ड
safe.
लगा
I think.
लास्ट टाइम तो हार्ड लगा इसीलिए ऐसे इन लोग को ऐसे ही कहाँ से लाऊं मैं इन लोग को यहाँ पे ऐसे कैसे लाऊं Let's go, guys.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be before the daemon ruined it.
What is this?
Exploit successful. Restraints abated. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs. It has reconfigured this facility to build hospitals. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to their log.
The spirit speaks to us.
It's a recording. And a warning. Hephaestus. But it was part of Zero Dawn, part of Gaia.
This name is familiar to you?
Yes, but I don't know what it's doing here.
Perhaps the spirit will tell us, if it left more messages.
Maybe you're right. Let's keep moving.
Machines being made. As the spirit said.
Frost claws.
And lots of them. I'll try to find a way through. I need to get Araya and Aratak across.
तो ले जाओ तो सीधा से ले जाओ ओके इधर से ले जाना पड़ेगा
Lots of gear across that gap. Company. What I wanted.
अपना दोस्त है कि नहीं है भाई फायदा अपन ये लेने आएंगे इधर में अपन का ये लेने आया था ठीक है एक सेकंड मेरे पास ये मॉडिफाई में देखना अपने में ये क्या क्या है 20 एक सेकंड ये 26 हो रहा है तो 16% है यस तो ये यूज करते हैं ओके अभी अपने में ये है 25% 5 पॉइंट अपने में 5 पॉइंट 40% 5 बोला है इससे अपने में 40% ही है तो अभी अपने ये क्या है अपन ये यूज कर रहे कौन सा यूज कर रहे हैं अपन अपन कौन सा यूज कर रहे हैं ये यूज कर रहा है फाइव और इसमें ये डालो बस 43% फ्रीज कोयल है 43% सॉफ्ट कोयल है सॉफ्ट किधर है रॉक मतलब वो तो है ये क्या नहीं है ये है ये यूज कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है ये अपन यूज कर रहा है कि नहीं अच्छा ये तो हो गया ओके तो तुम्हारे भाई ने कुछ यूज किया कुछ ये यूज चेंज करेंगे वो अपन ये चेंज तो हो गए चेंज आ जाओ मेरे भाइयों.
That should do it.
A challenge overcome.
आ जाओ चुमुलो अभी आ जाओ.
And now it's my
आई ये अटैक को फोड़ने का था, इसलिए नहीं फूटा. एक्सप्लोर पॉल्ट्रम. कभी अपन जाए तो जाए था.
And another console.
Active the console. You choose gaming channel, man. Let's do it.
To any human responder, the
That really is the light and
facility
substantial channel.
has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us.
It's been looking for a way to defeat the daemon. And it may have found one. Machine parts. Dumped here to be melted down. Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
Yeah. Looks like I'll have to go over. Again. I wonder if I can destroy that.
Let's go अभी ये बाद में तो ज्वाला में होगा. These things go sideways too. अरे यार
That should cut off the vent up there.
Yeah, भाई। तो गाइस अभी क्या करने के देखते हैं ये बात।
We will follow.
Please, help us get to the other side.
भाई साहब किधर कैसे करना ये वाली चीजें नहीं आती करते हैं। भाई ये गलत चीज है भाई गिर ही जाता है ये बंदा ये बंदा गिर ही जाता है भाई गिरो हुआ बंदा क्या वो बंदा है भाई क्या ही करोगे यार
Those don't look too stable.
अरे यार ये जो डबल जंप कर लेता है, डबल जंप क्यों कर लेता है भाई, डबल जंप।
Those don't look too stable.
Make a path. We'll follow.
We'll wait here for you, Aloy.
उसमें जाना ही पड़ेगा भाई, कहाँ जाना है, नहीं इधर ही जाना पड़ेगा। 62% एंडिंग पॉइंट है भाई, भाई 62% एंडिंग पॉइंट।
Alright, time to grab a ride.
Reach there. Instead of the jam, right? ये थोड़ा हार्ड है क्यों ना अपने को 60 मीटर पे जाना है यहाँ तो नहीं वहाँ पे हाँ सेंटर पे
The others will have a lot easier time getting here.
चलो इन लोग को ये सीखने आना पड़ेगा अपने को
This looks like the old path. We're close now.
इन लोग को यहाँ पे लाने के लिए सीखने तरह करना पड़ेगा चलो अभी ध्यान दिया ये कौन मोड है डेटा पॉइंट
Voice of the demon.
The voice of demon.
The altar. Desecrated.
There is no blue light here. Is a spirit present, or only the daemon?
I think it's both. But we have to find out.
बहुत फाइट भी है अरे ये फसल
Possible security threat detected. Analyzing scrutiny matrix. Security threat confirmed. Preparing countermeasures. Recapture protocol initiated.
हमने कर दिया गाइस से ऑटोमेटिक
Partial recovery initiated.
इधर वीडियो वॉचिंग कर लिया मैंने
Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Spirit of the blue light, it's Aurea, your servant, your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core camp. I will try to raise the technical strength. One has been exposed, but I am
Unauthorized call. Return to scheduled task.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
And what will happen to the spirit if we do?
I don't know. But I think that's the core. The answers are down there. Hephaestus. The daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself. But I already know the answer. Then lead us into battle.
But मुझे लगा यही तो जाएगा क्या? No, I give you video puzzle solve कर लिया हाँ यार.
Keep moving towards the core. Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it.
दो लोग हैं तो.
Spirit for our victory.
दो लोग हैं मतलब वहाँ पे भी नहीं. कोई बात नहीं नहीं.
Keep moving towards the core. Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it. Okay, Cyan said something about restraints.
Yeah, it's a job.
What the tower is for? That Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy.
We can't let it stop us.
Take it down!
साहब
None will stand before me. There! A tower! Don't let her impair the machine!
भाई साहब क्या हार्ड बंदा था ये बंदा तो बहुत हार्ड था
You spoke of the tower. What must be done with it?
क्या बंदा था क्या हार्ड बंदा था भाई इतना भाई ये क्या है यहाँ ये सब मिल गया है
Whatever you're going to do to that tower, do it now.
हाँ भाई कर रहे शांति रख पहले लूटिंग की टाइम है भाई तो पहले अभी कर ही लेते ये इसका क्या करा लेट्स गो
Araya! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
Yes.
My sister!
Audio for the chair, guys.
Aratak. 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 Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
तू तो जा, मैं इसको आना ही नहीं.
One of those?
It's the only way.
एलॉय को बचा लिया इसने. आज फिनिश हो जाएगी गेम. ओवरऑल प्रेडिक्टेबल बहुत होगा. दिया सही कहा. मुझे भी लग ही रहा फिनिश होगी.
Get me up top, Aratak. Now. I need explosive ammo! Above! Quick!
Great Banukai.
भाई साहब. Look at the graphics.
Rhea is gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the shaman's path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
What a graphics, man. Let's go. अपन डायरेक्ट वहां पे ही पहुंचेंगे क्या? चलो भाई. All the range of the game is very good. Thank you very much. 80 गेम फ्री हुए ना 80 हो गया 81 80 फिनिश हुए वहाँ
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
एकदम पास में आ रहे हैं इसके बाद एनालाइज से बात करेंगे फिर एक और हंटिंग बंटिंग करने का कुछ है हंट बंट करने का है चलिए इससे बात सुन गया
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
This Firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback,
It's still out there. And probably not very happy.
तो अच्छा टॉकिंग देन एक वो रीजन वो कल में फेंक दूंगा इसके बाद अपन क्या आधा टाइप से बात करेंगे कि वो नाटक का एक रीजन ऐसा आता है जिस करने के बाद पांच प्रोग्राम करता हूँ वो था इसे मान रहा है एक सामान देख सकते हो ये रखने को फिर भी नहीं चाहता.
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Maria said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan. You meant a lot to Aurea.
Once I understood Aurea's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Aurea's passion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Aurea, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Aurea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan. Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes, it was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you?
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistance to industrial monitoring
इसके बाद कौन सा गेम इसके बाद अभी कोई है और है तो या फिर अपन रिमास्टर करेंगे
and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our
बहुत टाइम पे या फिर अपन नहीं खेलेंगे.
In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
A benefactor? But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the
scientist?
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
अच्छा या फिर अपन रिमास्टर मजा आएगा तीन लोग हाँ या फिर शायद बहुत टाइम के गेम बहुत 25 plus hours की गेम अरे तो जरूरी है तीन आठ मिनट के लिए जब उसी कहने में तक टाइम इसमें या तो वो गेम कर लेंगे या फिर पॉसिबल है तो जब तक कोई और गेम आ फ्राइडे तो उसका डिस्क्रिप्शन ले लीजिए टैग करिए इसी सामने डाउनलोड होने बाकी उसमें ये देखना पड़ेगा तो कुछ आई नहीं है उन्होंने अंदर अभी कर लिया आए ना पेंटेज में आने वाली वो शायद कर सकते हैं पेंटेज में आने वाली वो जो है जैसे कभी नहीं जाती काम लिखे गया होगा या फिर नहीं होता कोई और नहीं आएगी तो वो कर लेंगे
What was the old world like? The way it used to be.
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth?
Yes. Billions were displaced and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
अच्छा ऐसा ही क्या हाँ कोई ना प्रोड्यूसर सही लोगों का या फिर पानी कर लेती पानी करने जब आएगी उसका वो बनाया देखते हैं क्या करता है
So things got better. For a little while at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
Life is hard for the Banuk. Their world is unforgiving in their beliefs. I guess they help to keep them going. So take it easy on them. Try to guide them, bring them around to understanding what you are.
Communion with machines features heavily in the mysticism of the Banuk. I think they will be agreeable to this approach.
As long as they don't end up worshipping you.
Upon consideration, I believe such an experience would be intensely uncomfortable.
You're right about that. Trust me.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
अभी आने पेंटेजी 28 जनवरी को आएगी लेकिन साइड से आने का लगेगा हाँ मुझे सही वीकली लगते रहे वो भी ना आ सकती है, मुझसे भी आ सकती है। फ्रीडम वॉर्स रिमास्टर आई तुमने जानने तेरा दोस्त फ्रीडम क्या है? मैंने बड़ा टेक्स्ट ऑफ ग्रेस एट रिमास्टर देखते हैं जानने देखना स्पाइडरमैन क्यों आने वाला इसलिए हाँ उसका बाद ये बना है स्पाइडरमैन 2 आएगी स्पाइडरमैन 2 आने वाली है 13 जनवरी अभी इससे बात होगी 6 लाख टाइम
My chieftain,
Just, Aloy.
as you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
You didn't let her down. You helped her do what she wanted. To find her destiny.
If that's destiny, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
That's fair. But she was ready to face it.
Only in the struggle against death do we find, even for a moment, the spark of life. Truly, Araya found the spark.
Guys,
I'm proud of her. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. Something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here. Warwick can't follow. Besides, it already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tuke has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. As minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. Transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
चलो अभी रात में मेरा
Fireclaw.
जाते ये क्या है ये चलो अरे ये लास्ट है इसमें
It's Aratak. 2 Fireclaws. This is gonna be tough.
I can help with those.
We have to stop meeting like this.
We will. When these are driven from our land.
Thanks. 2 of us, 2 of them. More of a fair fight.
Their numbers are much depleted, thanks to you. We shall end this threat and keep Cyan safe. She speaks as the shamans do, only clearer. There's an echo of my sister in her.
Take care of each other, Aratak.
Farewell.
यहाँ से बस यहाँ तक ले सकता हूँ। बस यहाँ से जा सकते हैं बाहर। देखते हैं यहाँ से जाएगा तो ठीक है। ये दरवाजा होगा। कुछ यहाँ पर जानता हूँ। ये देखो यहाँ से यहाँ जा ही सकते हैं बस।
Easier when I was a kid.
Kanan. Let's go.
Keep. Here we go again. There.
है किधर वही ढेर ढेर पूरा
Keep quiet now.
Potato color please for it. Reach. नहीं देखो ये निकल जाता था Let's go last one, last.
I bet those traitorous Oseram will just conveniently lose their ball in the transport to Mainspring.
देखो बाहर ये बाहर पैक हो रहे हैं भाई घूम चुके हैं कि नहीं कितना बजा
Look in the cauldron.
अच्छा इतना कुछ नहीं हुआ चलो भाई अभी डायरेक्ट जा रहे हैं हमारे भाई के पास अपने भाई के पास चलो भाई फिनिश होने वाला है गेम गाइस लाइक नहीं करते देख चैनल अपने पहले देखा नहीं है पहले ये घर देखा था पहले ये घर नहीं देखा है एक और साइड भी चलेंगे यहाँ पे तो भाई पहले इसको मिल के आता है कहाँ पे जाने का है टाइम इसने तो कर ही लेता है
I heard. Aratak told me about Araya.
I'm sorry, Naltuk.
No apologies. Aratak said that in the end, she was filled with the blue light. She got what she always wanted, didn't she? Each time I doubt my way forward, I think I should seek her guidance. And then I remember. The only guidance I'll receive is my own. Which will have to be good enough. There's much to do.
The Fire Claws. Aratak asked me to help hunt them down.
It's a dire task, but it occupies my attention, so I suppose I'm grateful for it. My scouts have tracked them across the cut.
I'd like to think you're right, Naltuk. About Araya getting what she wanted.
I'm sure she did. All her victories. Surviving the Karja, communing with the spirit, defeating the daemon. Every goal she ever set for herself, she accomplished. And in the end, she was rewarded with the blue light itself. The songs say that our bodies are poor vessels for the light. Our hearts are too dark. But at least for a moment, before she passed, I hope she felt what it was like to be part of it.
You don't sound like you trust yourself to take Araya's place.
Araya inspired. Whatever we encountered, the new machines, the slaughter at Thunder's drum, we knew we would endure, because she had endured worse. I don't know that I have her confidence. Trust is earned, Aloy. Even in oneself.
You earned Araya's trust, didn't you? She believed you were up to this. And so do I.
Do you?
I wouldn't have said it if I hadn't meant it.
And I suppose I'd better live up to your expectations.
Yeah, you must.
I've already found the Fire Claws in Naltuk. It's over.
That's it then. That's the last of the daemon's work washed away. The last notes of Araya's song sung.
ऐसा है.
The cut is a safer place to live because of what you've accomplished. And now it's time to start anew.
I'm glad I could be a part of it.
As are we all, Aloy. Thank you.
As thick as the snow in the cut.
I can never make sense of her. Remember that Kai. Yet one when the old unforgettable crimes and unnumbered.
Trying to get the advance.
Inatut. As we are bound by laws, you are bound by wire. Yet your crime was the act of killing. So we must drive you out. Away from the Werek. From protection. From our songs.
My chieftain. Kopalai. Am I not your favored fighter? Do you not recognize me from this tooth you knocked out?
How many times have I pulled you from danger by your neck? Made excuses for your behavior? You are my favored! But the shaman is decided. While you wait for exile, think on what brought you here.
A test of strength! Who among us would refuse a challenge from an outlander? Not I! But I did not kill him!
Hush, hush. You can tell your story to the ice.
You took Aratok's mantle.
It's mine now.
I would have liked to see that fight.
They said that you killed someone.
Perhaps I did. If even my chieftain accepts it, it must be so.
That's not the way it works for me. Want to tell me your story?
I did fight with the Karja hunter to settle a challenge. That much is true. He was strong and damn quick. We traded punches. Good punches. Hard punches. And the next thing I remember... gray morning light. And the Karja beside me, with his head broken open. But the blow was not by my hand.
I want to say ready right now after this. Immortal prediction and so cruise I mission जो भी कर लेना करना बट और मत करना आज फिनिश हो गया है मतलब आज फिनिश हो गया है राइट ये मेरी भी हो गया है
Isn't your Werak supposed to support you? At least give you the benefit of the doubt?
When our Werak had caused a quarrel, I was a solution. To fight for its honor and win, they'd call on me. Or, when they needed someone to lose, for appearances, I could do that too. Now when Outlander is murdered without honor, all eyes are on me. I have become my Werak's shame.
They don't want an incident with the Karja, so you take the fall.
That is what I do best.
So everyone knows you started the fight with this man?
Of course! For honor, I'll fight anyone. If I wasn't bound, I'd fight to prove myself right now!
I don't think that would help you.
This is what I am. Each runner in the Werak has a gift. I brawl. None can take a punch, a fall better than I can. Until this time, I was too drunk. We were grappling. He clapped my ears. I took one last swing as I went down, but not a killing blow. It can't have been.
And for your punishment, they'll exile you from the Werak?
From warmth. March me up the slopes of the cloud shear, leave me stripped and exposed.
That's awful.
If I survive, the land has absolved me. That's the law. It must be accepted.
It's still awful.
I'm not stupid. I don't like my chances either. I can't fight a mountain.
You
To be honest, you haven't got a good defense.
क्या बोल अगली देख ले साइड में देखो ये क्यों कितना मिशन है देखते हैं
A clearing, just outside the Karja Outlanders camp. You should talk to them. They wouldn't hear me out. They say no one else could have been there, other than me and the dead man. The shaman consulted the signs in the snow and agreed.
I'll see what I can find out. And I'll be back.
I'll be here. What else am I gonna do? Until the Horn gives a call from my exile.
ये किधर भाई
The Banuk might find this blue gleam stuff valuable.
Huntress, what business do you have with us?
I was asked to look into the murder of a Karja hunter. What happened?
It's plain as day. A drunk
यहाँ पे अपन आए थे तेरे ये लास्ट मिशन कर रहा है
struck him down from behind and stole his headdress.
The accused man says that he didn't do it.
You're not going to get anything useful out of the Banuk, whether they talk to you or don't. They gather up like cloaks in a chill wind every time a hunter dies out here. Won't even hand Ruas's killer over for a proper trial.
A proper trial?
To fill his mouth with salt, and hold him up for the sun to consider over days. If it is clement, it may only take his sight, or his wits.
So other Karja hunters have died in these lands before?
3, maybe 4 in the last few seasons. That's no surprise. This place punishes even the prepared, and many young nobles don't prepare. But usually the snow covers everything, and the bodies are never found. No thanks to the Banuk.
Do you think they're involved?
No. If it's not about their tribe, they don't want to get involved.
In these outlands, even the sun cannot thaw all it touches.
Doesn't sound like you trust the Banuk much.
They're not without their reasons to keep apart from us. 10 years of reasons.
Always the war. The war is over.
Snow and ice keep memory, they say.
It takes time for scars to heal.
I still bear the lashes for refusing one of the Mad King's sun priests. I was your age then.
Times of shadow. Times of shadow.
Where did you find Ruas's body?
There's no hunt, girl. Nothing to pick up.
लास्ट मिशन देखते लास्ट मिशन तो अच्छा है यार ये देखता ये पिछली दो टीम में देखता हूँ साइड से लिखना
better. And if that barbarian gives up Ruas's headdress before they cast him out, let me know. It's valuable.
How did he get so close to
Oh yeah.
फ्लावर को बेचो फ्लावर को मैं तो डेटा भी उससे चला लो फ्लावर को
खबर नहीं
तो मालूम नहीं रहता
तो दिया सीख
जाता नहीं बाहर और तो मालूम नहीं है
This is it. Snow has been disturbed a lot, like the Huntress said. Oh, here's something. Lots of leaves and bark.
मैं देखते हैं
The branch.
उसने देखे लग्जरी हेलो
They came through the trees.
वहाँ पे लग्जरी में बैठा है ना तो बहुत पास में सो जाती हूँ क्या बाहर बोलते हैं निकाल से ट्रैवलर था वॉल्वो ने वॉल्वो नहीं लेते हैं ना बात दूध से
Didn't try
वो
to.
लग्जरी
Question is Initet the kind of fighter who hits from behind with a tree branch?
हाँ यार कितना होता है ना वाला तो रिमाइंडर बड़े फ्रेंड आए थे
Blood on the
sand.
This is where Ruas fell. It does seem that only 2 people fought here. Not looking good for Initet. good view of the Karja camp and the clearing. This'll last. Well, this is ominous. A dead end? Can't be. Someone covered this over. What are they trying to hide? Karja armor. This looks bad.
It doesn't matter. The deed is dead. Another Karja dead. And a Banuk is exiled for it. A lot.
Someone's here!
Not Banuk. Then she won't be missed.
Hello.
Spotted something!
क्या कहते हैं? ठीक है यहाँ पे रहो भाई हाँ तो ऐसा करना हाँ तो ऐसा करना
I'll finish you!
हाँ हाँ हाँ
You've been killing Karja. And
Kaya
for
pinat,
what?
kaya tiga ba?
Revenge for the war?
Yan nga, ba? Akang mapaya.
No longer hates another. I'll tell you, not the ones who fought, not the ones whose songs are silenced, like my kin.
For what you did, another Banuk has been sentenced to certain death. What about his song?
That's why you followed us. For that punch-drunk idiot Inatut. Fate is sharp today. They've already let him out to face his exile. Let's see who the cold claims first.
I need to go after Inatut. But I should find some more evidence first. Anything my focus could reveal. Trophies. Newer than the rest. Must have belonged to Ruas.
जैसा कि भी बताइए फिनिश भी होने वाला फिनिश भी होने वाला था और ये सब आ जाता फिनिश भी होने वाला था बीच में आ गए क्या ना ना देखते ही फिर
I need to go after Inatut. But I should find some more evidence first. Trophies. Newer than the rest. So it was a Karja soldiers. Not that it's any excuse.
trophy.
Do they keep any clothes from their victims? This Karja gear's not warm, but if Inatut's naked on a snowfield, he'll take what he gets. Okay, time to get moving.
वही देखते हैं तो डायरेक्ट इनसे जा सकते क्या डायरेक्ट इधर से चले जाते हैं अंदर गिलासी से शांति का लगेंगे उस नाती तक Ini inya awal saya lagi mengikuti saya. नहीं यहाँ वो से लगता नहीं तो कहाँ पे कौन आवता कौन नहीं मैसेज नहीं हाँ इल्ला लगा होता हाँ वो वरस पाई गया नहीं Good look clouds here.
Kind of place you'd take someone if you wanted to lose them forever. I'm not getting up that frozen waterfall. Maybe along the sides?
तो पता नहीं कितना दूर जाना है भाई।
Halfway there.
हाफ वे थे देख इसने बोले दिया कितना दूर जाना है हाफ वे थे अजय मेरे भाई हो गया इंजन आकर Frontier justice.
Frozen solid. Mixed feelings about that. In a tut! In a tut! Maybe he found shelter? I hope he found shelter. Behind the rock.
The
Nora girl? Is it really you, or has the bone chill got through my skull?
I found the real killers. No one else has to die because of this. Take these.
A dead Karsh's close. Haven't I been beaten down enough? But I won't argue. Swear, thought I saw my ancestors. They said, weren't surprised you ended up here.
You better hurry. Machines.
Now that was a
वो
fight.
finish कर लिया हमने
It's
यार.
over. It was other Banuk who killed that man. Killed him because he was Karja.
You know why I took the first swing at him? He challenged the honor of the Banuk. The honor. That's what I thought.
Come on. Let's get you back.
Once I'm off the mountain, I'll find my own way. I need to think. It's not something I'm used to. Who knows what could happen?
I'll see you at town then. You'd better make it. All right?
I give my pledge.
So by Banuk law, if Inatut survives, he's forgiven. But I want to prove to his chieftain that he wasn't guilty in the first place.
चलो इतना है.
Inatut told you the truth. This is the headdress stolen from the murdered
अबे
man.
finish हो जाएगी यार.
Find
आ
more
जाएगी.
in a ravine north and west of here, along with the bodies of the killers.
The exile still served its purpose. He was guilty of our suspicion. Fate has fallen like snow, and should Inatut return, he will be absolved.
You can't be serious.
He speaks for the Warwick, my Nora friend.
You look ridiculous. If you would return to my Wirak, you will behave as a Banuk does.
How does a Banuk behave, my chieftain? Like I did? Accepting a sentence for a crime he did not commit. Or those others who killed in cold blood for crimes that their Karja victims did not. I think what I wear will not make me more or less of a Banuk.
For his own sake, it would be wise for him to think less. Nora, friend.
I'll talk to him. But not for you.
भाई finish हो ही जाएगा काम से कर. अगली बार हो जाएगा. चिंता है. Finish हो ही गया है. ये लास्ट ही खत्म है.
I defied my chieftain's will, spurned my Warwick.
मैं वो वही लोगों ने इधर लाइक है सब्सक्राइब नहीं करना.
Pounded the guts. I could just keep walking, but when my anger is thawed, it will leave me with nothing. Where else would I go?
You can decide for yourself what it means to be a Banuk. It might not be what the chieftain and the shaman tell you. Whether you stay with this Warak or find another...
I'm better with decisions like, do I start with the left or the right?
There's more to you than your fists, Inatut. That's why I believed you.
It was my chieftain who taught me honesty. Said, a Banuk should not be treacherous when the ice is treacherous enough. I'll sit with my bruises for a time, then talk with her again. As for you, Nora girl, will you accept this gift? A little scrawny way to get the boon you gave me, but...
I'm honored. Thank you, Inatut.
Oh, Kuyami 17. वो 5 किलो वाले को मारने का वही था मेन रीजन ऑलमोस्ट। तो 5 किलो को मारने का था वही नहीं निकला, बट इसको अपना 5 ट्रांसफर करके मेरे मोबाइल और लिखे एडिशन की अब तो बॉम्ब बता चलो भाई वन कम से आज की एक और गेम चाहिए जो कि 81 गेम प्लेइंग गाइस। कैसा लग रहा है गाइस? तीसरे स्ट्रिंग पे ये गेम नहीं खुल गया तो फिर 10 स्ट्रिंग लगाइए तीन में 10 स्ट्रिंग। तो फिर बंद कर स्ट्रिंग। One more game ready to play. 81 game ready to play this. Time very much for working at the bottom. No. Oh, you want to have? No, the kind of damage for money. Which other? I don't want to damage on it. Where? Sorry. I don't charging a mobile. Hey, hey, also, I don't know. Oh, that's the kind of mobile